Hello, welcome to YHELPtalk Nigist. Today we are here with Cheyenne Rosado, Program Director at Riley's Way, and Manvi Bajpai of Tunes for Kidz, a 2022 Call for Kindness Fellow, a part of Riley's Way organization discussing giving back. Hello. Cheyenne, can you please tell us about yourself and your organization?
Sure. So thank you for the introduction. My name is Cheyenne Rosado. I use all pronouns, currently in Brooklyn, and I am the program director with Riley's Way. And we are a national nonprofit that invests in and supports the next generation of kind leaders like Manvi. We are committed to supporting young leaders to build a better world that value kindness, empathy, connection, and inclusive communities. And we do this through kind of three key program areas. One being our Call for Kindness, which gives young leaders ages 13 to 22 across the country skills, connections, and funding that they might need to run social impact projects that inspire kindness and strengthen their local, national, or even global communities through councils and chapters, which bring together community students with different perspectives, and they get to work directly with community groups to make a difference on social justice issues through the lens of empathy and kindness. And then lastly, our Youth Leadership Retreat, which brings together young people from across the nation who are interested in becoming kind leaders or currently are kind leaders in their communities, and they get to participate in a weekend-long skill-building workshop, camp activities, and share their stories and make connections, and that is completely free for all young people.
Manvi, can you share a little bit about yourself and your project, Tunes for Kidz?
Yeah, so my name is Manvi Bajpai. My pronouns are she, her, and I just finished my senior year of high school this past year. And so I just graduated from Ravenwood High School, which is in Nashville, Tennessee. And then I plan to attend the University of Southern California in the fall, hopefully studying business administration. And so that's a little bit about me. And so my project is called Tunes for Kidz, and we're fiscally sponsored by the Arts and Business Council of Nashville, which means they just give us their nonprofit status. And so we are also a Red Call for Kindness 2022 fellow. So we just completed our year with them. And our entire organization is high school run. And basically what we do is we spread music education, and we have two programs that we mainly run. The first is our instrument program. So we basically take instruments that people don't use anymore or are a little broken, and we fix them. And we donate them to kids in the foster care system, kids of low socioeconomic status, and kids who go to schools without music programs. And we've done 350 of those in about 2 years of time. And then we also have a blog called POW, which stands for Piece of the Week. And we highlight diverse artists and writers and just music educators to show kids that people just like them are making it out in the music world. So that's a little bit about me and my organization.
Cheyenne, why is it important to give back?
Yeah, I think it can be important to give back because it allows us to create positive impact on the world around us, whether that's on a local, national, or global level. When we give back, we're able to showcase some of our values that we find that are really important, like kindness, compassion, and empathy towards others. And it can make our community stronger and feel connected. And it also just feels good to be able to give back and showcase skills that we're able to utilize to help others, to help our environment, to help even animals, right? Like we're able to give back in so many different ways.
Manvi, do you think that you can give back at any age?
100% yes. If you would have asked me about 2 or 3 years ago, I probably would have said no, just because I was naive then. But I started Tunes for Kidz when I was 15 years old. I'm now 18. And I felt very alone. I had literally no clue what I was doing. I did not know what a tax exemption was, a 501(c)(3). Like I knew none of these things. But starting Tunes for Kidz and having my team of 10 or 12 incredible people around me showed me that youth are really capable of doing great things. And then they completely changed my world and perspective on this. The Call for Kindness grant has an age range which is incredible. And I'll be honest, when I got involved with Riley's Way, I didn't fully get involved with it. But then as I kind of progressed more and more and attended their workshops and then went to their retreat, I met so many people from all age ranges and all passions of life. So I met this girl named Ann Beanie, and she lives in Seattle. She's incredible. Chapters all over the United States of her baking organization, which basically takes proceeds and gives it to people in need. And then I met Elaine, who is my age. So I met someone who was just like me, who was doing nonprofit work as well. And then I met Gia. She's a year older than me. She's in college, and she's raised hundreds of thousands of dollars when she was in high school, which is crazy and blows my mind. So you 100% can give back at any age.
Cheyenne, what are some different ways that you can give back?
Yeah, so you can give back in many different ways, ranging based on your own capacity. So some ways you can give back are you can get involved in a local initiative that's already happening. So if there is an issue that you are passionate about, definitely check around to see if something around that already exists. And if not, you can be like Manvi and create it, right? So Call for Kindness is a space where young people kind of come together and talk about maybe issues that they were really passionate about, and they just didn't find a space where they fit in to kind of tackle that issue. So they sat down and thought about how can they as a young person create that change. So we do have different projects, like Manvi was saying, they're around different age, and they come to us at the youngest of 13 years of age, but some of them have been doing their projects since 6, 5, 10 years old. So there's definitely different ways to do that, whether it is being really hands-on, and some people make lunches for people, like Liam's Lunches of Love in Massachusetts. He started at 10 years old, and his project was just to feed people who might be hungry. And then we have another young person who realized in South Carolina that maybe there aren't that many activities for youth in foster care. So we have Jordan West, who created Princess for a Day, and she brings together girls who are able to get their nails done, go to Disney, feel important, feel valued, and feel loved. We also have young people who are really good at fundraising. So they are able to do fundraisers for different issues that they're passionate about and then donate that money to other places. So there's definitely a million ways to get involved. And I can always be ears and listen to your stories about how you're interested to get involved in an issue and kind of support your own initiatives.
Manvi, what are some benefits to giving back?
I think there are a lot of benefits to giving back. But for me personally, with my project's definitely a passion project for me because I love music. My entire team loves music. And we love music so much that we live in Nashville, which is Music City. And we saw that in Music City, although it's called Music City, not a lot of kids get to try music, which is kind of where, like Cheyenne was talking about, our project fit in. We wanted to give kids access to that music. And we saw by giving them access to that music, it completely changed their lives. There's a little boy this was my first ever donation, and it was a baby grand piano, and it was light blue, actually the color of our entire organization. So it's kind of a cool little tidbit. It was a light blue grand piano, and we were trying to give it to him. And this was my first time. I didn't know how to move a grand piano, and we put it in the back of my dad's pickup truck, which is a horrible idea. Don't try that. And we were driving with it, and it started raining. So it's raining on this baby blue piano, and I was like, this is just not worth it. This is so stressful. I'm 15. I don't know how to handle all this. We finally went to the little boy's house, and this little boy actually has autism, and so he's on the spectrum, and he uses music for music therapy. And I didn't know that at the time, but when we got there and I gave him his piano, just seeing his face absolutely light up, and he was just banging on the piano when we already put it down. The piano wasn't even in tune yet. It was moments like that made it worth it to go through all the process of giving. And his mom, till this day, 2 years later, still sends me videos of him like making up songs and writing things like that. So I think the benefits of giving back, selfishly for me, it's just seeing the pleasure that it can give people and seeing that it can change people's lives. And then also, when you give back, you join this community of change makers, kind of like Riley's Way has done with all of us young people. And it's the most genuine group of people you will meet. And you're surrounded by people who quite literally change lives every day. And therefore they change your own lives, just through their stories and their inspiration that they pass on. So the benefits, there's a lot of them, but it just starts with whatever you're looking for.
Cheyenne, do you think supporting your community should be year-round, not just during the holidays?
I think it can be around each individual person's ability and capacity. Some people have the free time and ability to do it year round, and I think that is fantastic, right? But doing it just around the holidays makes just as great an impact. We have projects that are specific to holidays or time frames. Manvi, I know you wanted to talk about hotel holidays. Do you want to talk about that one? I'll talk about some other ones.
Yeah, sure. So Hotels for the Holidays, it's another Call for Kindness project that we have. It's by one of my best friends in the whole world. It's Jeremiah. And so basically what they do is they take a bunch of people who maybe wanted to go to the shelter during Christmas time, and they put them up there in hotels. And then they throw all these festivities around Christmas time. And it's just really to give these people a space to feel valued, that they deserve Christmas as well. And it's an incredible organization, and it's run by the best family in the entire world. And for them, they do it only during the holiday time. But I think Cheyenne is going to talk about a few other projects as well.
Yeah. And definitely around the holidays, right? Like, you're not in school, so there might be more time available to give back or be involved. There's also young people who focus projects just around shorter time frames, so not necessarily a whole year, and not really around holidays, but around maybe specific events. We have a 2023 fellow this year, and they run Camp Fixel. And this is a young person named Abigail Fixel, and she runs a week musical theater camp for young people who might not have access to normally going to camp, and young people who might be in foster care in Jacksonville, Florida. And then we have a young person from 2022 who started the You've Got This teacher baskets. So knowing that teachers sometimes don't get all the love and support that they might deserve, she started this project so elementary school students and teenagers are able to create baskets with little treats and special things in there, and then give them to teachers on their first day to let them know that they are loved and cared about. And that's a summer project and ends as soon as school starts. So there's definitely different opportunities to get involved in short-term projects as well as long-term projects.
Manvi, do you think supporting others is good for your mental health?
Yes, 100%. I think for me, it was I always tell people supporting others, it's the best form of therapy, because there's just really nothing that can compare to when you see that you're making someone else happy, or you see that you're helping someone else just for the sake of themselves, not for the sake of money or you want anything in return. It's just for the sake of their betterment. That's something Riley's Way has really taught me. There are a lot of youth organizations that are incredible, but Riley's Way is really special because they truly don't want anything back from you. They just want you to succeed, and they want you to just grow their organization with them. So just tell other people that they exist. And it's honestly just so incredible and amazing. And that's kind of the same philosophy that is applied when you're supporting other people. You just make them happy, and therefore you become happy yourself because you just see that you're doing good work, like you are helping others. And that's kind of where the Tunes for Kids story I just told earlier about the little boy and the piano. That was a rough time because I was 15. I was just starting Tunes for Kids. I didn't know and I didn't know the magnitude of what I could do, and I was all alone then. I didn't have my team of 12 yet. And the thing that made it all worth it was seeing the fact that I changed someone's life, and that kind of put my mental health at ease just a little bit because I knew what I was doing so worth it. I also think my team does a really good job of keeping each other in check. Sometimes when you're doing nonprofit work, you get a little lost in like what you're actually doing, the impact you're having. And my team is incredible, and they always tell me like, "Hey, Mommy, look around for a minute and see all the people you're helping." So I think for other people out there kind of doing this type of work, just little tidbits, just take a minute and pause and look at what you're doing.
Cheyenne and Manvi, how can anyone follow and support Riley's Way and Tune for Kids?
You go first. You got it, Manvi.
Yeah, I think just advice in general is confidence is really key. So if you have an idea and you want to do something, you have all the capability in the world to do it. And if people are telling you no, and they will tell you no, ignore them. Because if you believe in yourself, that's all that matters. And for me, my confidence came from the fact is I'm a big believer in trial and error. So wherever I make the mistake, I look at it and I'm like, what went wrong? What can I learn from it? Okay, let's move on. I don't need to carve it back on it and see what I did wrong there. So I think confidence is key if you want to do anything in life. And then for Tunes for Kids, if you just want to keep supporting us and checking us out, we have our Instagram account. It's tunes, TUNES_4 FOR_ kids, KZ. And we are always taking instruments, always looking for new ideas for anyone that wants to join our team. And then we also have a podcast, which is actually our Palcast, which launches every single month that people can find on Spotify. It's just called the Palcast. And people can be on it as well. And I think in terms of just kids out there, if you're looking to change the world in any single way, just reach out to Riley's Way. They will help you. They're incredible. They're the best people I've ever met in my entire life. With that, Shine, would you like to take it away?
Yeah, and following up to what Manvi said, right? If people say no to your ideas, there will always be other people who say yes. or who say that is a fantastic idea. How can I support? How can I help? And we are those people. I'm sure there are young people in your community who will also be willing to help you. Always start with your friends. See if they are also passionate about what you're interested in. See how you can make a difference together. I would say definitely follow us on Instagram as well. We are at Riley's Way Foundation. You can check out our website, rileysway.org. And also feel free, if you are a high school student between the ages of 14 and 18, to apply to our upcoming free youth leadership retreat. This is an opportunity at the end of September. We will be in Tyler Hill Camp in Tyler Hill, Pennsylvania. We will fly you there and bus you there free of cost. And it's a space to meet with like-minded young people, right? Young people who are interested in creating change, maybe don't know how, maybe they are currently running a project. There will be workshops, camp activities. Monvi will probably be there. And it's a great space to meet amazing young people, build lasting connections, and also be inspired to start your own project. If you are between those ages, definitely check us out. It's also on the website, and I will share all information with YHELP as well, so they can get it to you.
Well, thank you for tuning in to YHELPtalk. Please go to yhelpnow.com and follow at YHELPnow for more information about mental health and life skills. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.